Hi guys, it's Ben from T-Rex Space Station here, and I still can't sleep. I thought instead of lying in bed counting sheep, I might entertain myself by making a second video today. As you know, I've been responding to some interesting questions over the last few days. Some of those have been relatively in-depth or more serious type questions. And I thought it would be fun to ask a little bit more light-hearted question of you guys. So today I'm going to be asking you what game or collection of games would you choose to represent your personality, or what games best describe you? This is a kind of fun way for me to get to know a bit more about you guys, and should be a little bit of fun. I'm showing some gameplay footage here of a game called Sword and Sworcery, which is an indie game on Steam. It's a really interesting game, and I'd probably describe it more as an experience, or I don't know, it's just very hard to describe. It's kind of like an interactive adventure, where the emphasis is on the experience, the graphics, the mystifying artifacts that you find. It's really very beautiful, and a lot of the game is based on interaction with the environment and sound. So different things that you do will cause different sound effects to start, or bits of music. It's really cool and very unique and very interesting. And also, you'll know that I'm a big fan of pixel art, and this game is a really good example of very, very beautiful pixel art done well. So, on to my response to my own question then. Of course, like any self-respecting young man, I first thought of suggesting Leisure Suit Larry, but actually then I realised I don't really have the suit, and I don't really have nearly as much success with women, so that one went out of the window. I then also thought perhaps maybe I would choose Lemmings. I've been watching an Overbugs video of a SNES version of Lemmings today, and I've really used to love that game and not played it for so long, so it's kind of on my mind. But yeah, sometimes I do feel like a bit of a lemming, kind of wandering around with no clue what the hell I'm doing, and just following along with the crowd and doing what I think I'm supposed to do. And never has that feeling been stronger than when I'm post-night shift, feeling like a complete zombie with very little between the ears. But it would be pretty depressing if I chose Lemmings on its own to describe, best describe my personality. I think if I was to be a bit more thoughtful about this and pick something which is perhaps a bit more closely matched, I would go for Day of the Tentacle, which is an old LucasArts style point-and-click adventure game. One of my favourite games of all time, certainly one of my favourite point-and-click adventures, and a real classic that pretty much all of you will have heard of. If you've never played Day of the Tentacle, I would strongly recommend that you have a look at it. So why would I pick Day of the Tentacle to describe my personality? Well, first off, Day of the Tentacle is a funny game, and I don't want to blow my own trumpet and be like, yeah, I'm the Chandler of all the social situations. I'm the guy who's always really funny. But everybody always wants to be Chandler. Nobody wants to be Ross. Fuck Ross. Anyway, I'm getting distracted by Friends parallels. I am a bit of a joker. You know, I like to crack jokes, make witty one-liners, have a quirky sense of humour, and that's always the way I've been, even since I was a young kid at school. I was always kind of the class clown, always prattling around, often getting into trouble, getting sent out, but I was just, you know, about being funny and being silly, and I don't know, I've kind of continued that to this day. It's a little bit difficult being a slightly immature person at 27, especially seeing as there's quite a lot of responsibility that comes along with being 27. But I've never really lost that personality trait. I've always been a bit of a joker, and I think that especially in medicine, if you can be light-hearted and bring a smile to people's faces, I think that's a useful skill, because it can be quite worrying time being ill and being in hospital. So yeah, I think it's not necessarily all negative. The downside, of course, is that sometimes people perceive you as being a little bit immature, especially in relationships. You can't always be cracking jokes when people are trying to talk about serious stuff. But yes, so firstly, yes, Day of the Tentacle because of the humour. Secondly, well, I think the other reason why is because it's a cerebral game. You have to work things out. You have to think about things. You have to investigate stuff. And I suppose I've always been a relatively analytical type person. I like to think about why. I like to explore the reasons behind things. I like to take my time and think about stuff. I've always been that kind of thinking person. Not necessarily that I would say that I'm very intelligent, but certainly that I like to analyse things and think about things and what they mean and, excuse me, how they impact on my life. So yes, that's why point-and-click games would possibly match my personality type. And also, Day of the Tentacle is a very, very quirky, stylized, slightly alternative-looking game. Now, I wouldn't say that I'm exactly a stylish or alternative person, but I like to do my own thing and be my own person, and I guess some of that individuality that you see in Day of the Tentacle, I would like to think I have some of that in my life. But maybe not if I'm suggesting I may well be a lemming. So I'm being all self-contradicting here. But anyway, it's kind of fun to think about what games you would choose to represent yourself. So yes, please let me know in the comments below what you would choose, or even video responses. That'd be great to hear from you. Okay guys, take care and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.